Righty-ho, folks, you know the drill. It is 9 o'clock Sunday night, UK time. I need 10 taps. 4 for the hell, 1 for the space, 4 for the yeah, 1 to put a smile on my face. Come on, folks, let's do this. All right, I like a Mel, yeah. Hello, folks. Ooh, camera's not bad tonight. 9 o'clock Sunday night, UK time. I've done this bit. You will notice my state of attire, my dishevelled look, and a slight lisp. Yeah. Okay, what's going on? Mel broke a tooth. Fractured one right at the base. And so, dental work earlier in the week, yeah. Abscess, that sort of stuff, antibiotics, and then on Wednesday I'm in to have it taken out, and then apparently I've got to have another one taken out, and I've got to have dentures. I've reached that age. 45. I've reached denture age. Now the problem is I've got to let my gums calm down, which means that they can't do the dentures or anything for about 3 months. So you're going to have Gappy on the channel. This couldn't have happened while I was writing the book and not on the channel. No, just as I get back on the channel, my tooth breaks. And so, yes, I am feeling cosy tonight, Jim. I'm hoping the lisp isn't coming across too badly. It's getting better, you know. Gold tooth Mel. I just feel gruff, to be truthful. I'm feeling better now that, you know, the antibiotics have kicked in and all the, you know, painkillers and that sort of stuff. You know what it's like when you have toothache. Yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed just because it's happened just as I was getting back on the channel. It's like a kick in the guts each time. But I figure most of the time you see me from back here. Yeah, so we should be fine. But there's going to be no close-up shots of my face for a while. And if you hear the lisp, there's nothing I can do about it, folks. There is nothing I can do about it. Now, the lisp makes you sound fabulous. It's awful. It's worse when I'm aware of it. When I'm speaking to Dave, I can feel myself almost putting it on. Yeah, it seems that, like, you know, I'm not dead yet. I'm feeling better. I like that. Yeah, we like that. Get implants. Very expensive in the UK, mate. Right, obviously, Sunday Nighter, your weekly terrain Q&A show. As usual, I require questions from you. Yeah, so the link is down below. Remember, if I don't have the questions, this is going to be a short show. Yeah, short show. So, the Google Doc is open. Let's have a quick nose. Nil point. I say again, nil point. So that one's over to you guys. I had to let Zeus out. Hey, Mars. She sells seashells on the seashore. Seashells on the seashore. Oh, what is it like? What are we like? Right. 3D print some teeth. Yeah, well, that's definitely a possibility, sir. That is definitely a possibility. Yeah, Mozza, the pink and blue grass. Where is it? It's over there. It's on the shelf there, at the back. It's very nice, thank you. Yeah. Now, on the 3D printing, yeah, obviously we've got the stream target down there and that sort of stuff. That's disappearing. Don't worry about donating to that. Yeah, because I'm not investing in the 3D printer setup any more than that. Yeah. We got one. I picked up an Anycubic. Yeah, Anycubic Mega S. Rather nice printer. Set it up a little bit. Needed to push some wires in and get it running properly. Printing rather nice. I've got to get into the technicalities of using a 3D printer and that sort of stuff. That stuff is new to me, shall we say. But I rather like it. Do the 3D printer work well? Yeah, it does. It does. It prints. Like I say, I've still got to get into the software and the settings and dialing it in. Yeah, I've done a couple of test prints. They're looking good. I went for an FDM. Yeah, the detail is nice and that sort of stuff. I do think, probably in the future I'll go for a resin as well. Yeah, at some point, but not for a good while yet. Oh, thank you, diggers. Thank you for the live stream out. Hell yeah. Cheers. Nailing the orange juice. Now remember, folks, yeah, if you do like the show, you can support it down below. There are links. There's PayPal, obviously, and that sort of stuff goes to all the kit and that sort of stuff. But what I encourage people to do is actually jump on Patreon. Yeah, the link is down below. Come join the gang. Come have a chat with us and, see the behind the scenes footage and that sort of stuff. There's already loads of gang members in here. Yeah. Now remember, go for dances or when we break the per show, the per show patron thingy. Per show patron thingy? That's not the best way. Our patron goal. Yeah? Now, last live show we hit 10 patrons in one show, which meant I had to go for dance. Look at the chat go. The chat's got something funky going on at the moment. Yeah? So, with patron, we need 11 patrons in a show if you want me to dance. End of. Yeah? It's over to you guys on that one. Right. The on-screen chat is running faster than my actual Right. My actual stream chat, yeah, is catching up with the on-screen chat. YouTube is confused tonight. YouTube is very confused tonight. No, seems to be okay. What's it doing? We had a little bit of a CPU spike. Wonder why. We're fine. It likes to panic me. How big of a print can you print? On that, it's approximately 8 inches by 8 inches by 8 inches from what I can tell. I need to sort of have a play. Right, on the responses, I've got 4 responses so far. Can I send you the Minimail STL if you want? Yes, please do. Send me your STLs. The terraintutor@gmail.com. Just send them to me. Yeah, just put them in the email. Send me all your STLs. Yeah, I'm quite curious. Remember, guys? Yeah, head over to Make sure you post your questions in the Google Doc. We're up to about 4. We'll get started in a little minute. No stream on Twitch. Yeah, I know it's playing up at the minute. Restream's playing up, so I'm just YouTubing it tonight. Will I sing you a sea shanty? Sidebar chat seems to be messed up. Yes, the sidebar chat is messed up. YouTube is funkying it. There's nothing I can do about that. So I'm just going to roll with it and do the best I can. Yeah. Luckily, I'm not messed up. Well, apart from the tooth and everything. Mel, can I give you a crown? A gold crown? Connie's just saying, I've just ordered the book from Warlord Games. It won't be dispatched until after all the backer copies have gone out. Yeah. Notice that the book went up on the Warlord website over the weekend. What the hell is that chat doing? Yeah. The book went up on the Warlord website over the weekend, and it shouldn't have gone up until it should have a note saying it's not available until until all the backers have gone out. Yeah, but Dave can't speak to them until Monday, so waiting to find out what's going on that. But if you do order a book, there's a good chance it won't be delivered until all the backers have gone out, because that's our agreement with with Warlord. Digger's just ordered his book from his mom and pop hobby store. Nice one. Sea Dragon's saying, I hate 3D printing. 50% failed prints, just frustration. I spoke to a lot of guys and they really rated that. Yeah? What is up with you today? On screenshot sees you every time a new message is sent. It does seem to be doing that, doesn't it? Yeah. I wonder what we can do. Show hide stream. Remove in tap rename. Can we go refresh? I don't see a refresh there. View account chat box. Switch it off and let's switch it back on again. I don't think it's actually the chat. I think it's a problem with YouTube, because I'm having a similar sort of issue with with my chat. So hey ho, we'll see how we go. It's doing backflips over the new messages. It is, isn't it? It's doing backflips. The on-screen chat can be epilepsy-inducing. I'll tell you what. Let's can off the chat. You don't need it. Yeah, we're all on YouTube. You can see the chat on YouTube, and it is doing my head in as well. Apparently, my Outlook settings are out of date. Right. On to the questions. Yeah, we have 5 questions by the looks of it. 6? 5? We can get stuck in. Now, life in the UK at the minute, for all of you outside, it's just ticking along. Yeah, we are in lockdown. There's talk of an even bigger lockdown where you'll only be able to wave to people from distant planets. And that's as close as you're getting. Other than that, I have no idea what's going on. We don't know what's really going on with the schools when they're back. Don't know. We're just in COVID land. Lockdown, and it's getting a bit weird now, to be truthful. You know? The lockdowns. It doesn't help that I'm in Stoke, which seems to be a hot spot. Yeah? Probably because I'm surrounded by stupid people. And so we have local, regional lockdowns anyway. But I think we spent more time locked down, yeah, than we have unlocked last year. Which says everything. New to miniature gaming in general, and your videos have been a huge help for building terrain. Nice one. Even those from years ago are still super useful. Hard to watch, but at least they're useful. Right. Should we do some questions? I think we shall. Remember, guys, if you like it, if you do want to support the show and what I do here, yeah, links down below to Patreon. Jump on, come join the gang. Yeah, and if we get more than 10 patrons sign up this show, yeah, it's go for dance time. But I'm feeling pretty safe. Although I never know with you guys. Right, Beat Mozza, let's do this. Individual. Right, Tim first. Tim, right, I'm doing a big table with sand and I want something with a dry effect and cracked earth. How best to use for that? Lots of GW cracked earth pots or something more affordable? Keep safe, remain indoors. Well, I'm definitely staying indoors. Okay, let's talk about cracked earth. Yeah, those of you with the book or the basing PDF, you know what I'm going to say here because the technique's in the book. Yeah, to do a cracked earth effect, the best way to do it is to actually make cracked earth. Oh yeah, he's off. I'm off. Yeah, Dead simple. All you need to do is a large plastic sheet or even a cutting mat, to be truthful. You can do this on a cutting mat. You need a thin bit of material. I like cheesecloth. Yeah? Any material, but I like cheesecloth because it's a nice open weave. Stretch it out. Yeah? And then what you're going to do is you're going to get filler. And you're going to get your filler and you're going to spread it all over. Yeah? Then you're going to go wet hand. Yeah, water, and then you're just going to, smooth it off, and you make it nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Then you leave it to dry. Yeah, when it dries, you can peel off the sheet, and as you do, the filler will come off in one piece, and you can crack it. Okay, and you can crack it in any way you want, and by bending it backwards and that sort of stuff, you can get the cracked earth effect. Then all you need to do, get a pair of scissors, cut out patches of your cracked earth, and it'll be about 1 or 2 mil. No, actually, no, probably about 2 to 3 mil thick. Yeah? Cut out patches of it. Simply glue it down with PVA. Blend in the sides with a little bit of filler. And then texture over with your sand. Okay? And that's how you'll create really good cracked earth effects. Yeah? Can I show you? Yes, I probably can. I have a book. I happen to have a book here. See if there's a photo. What do you mean, see? I know there's a photo. I built this damn thing for the book. I wonder if it's in the book. Oh, well, do you know, Bose? Well, did I put it in? I'm not sure. Bases and basing, warping, modularity, groundwork. I don't think you can see it properly there because it's white. But, yeah, you can see the end effect. And that's on a scatter base there. Yeah, and that is literally a sheet, filler, cracked up, glued down, blended in, done. So, that's how I would handle cracked earth. Any others? What we got? Mel talking to himself. My YouTube is treating Digger's donation like it keeps being redonated. Yes, mine too. I have a large queue of them across the top, and I can tell you right now, he's only donated once. So don't panic, Diggers. YouTube's on a Benny tonight. Oh, Tim! Tim's asked a question about doing cracked earth, and I've answered it, shown in the book. Yeah, which is, look, that's expected. Yeah. And Tim's got the book right next to him. Right next to him. Evening, Jez. That's brilliant. Right, people are talking 3D printing and everything else, but I don't see much more cracked earth stuff. Right, hope that helps, Tim. That's how I do it, mate. Right, moving on. Question 2 of 9, Jensen. What's your favourite method for creating realistic scrub and small bushes? Not hedges, but more rough ground with weeds, shrubs, and scatter about. A mixture of what you call it. I like a medley, an ensemble. Yeah, when I'm doing sort of scrub land and broken up land. I like a nice mixture of long irregular turfs. Yeah. Particularly something sort of a yellowy dry grass. I like, obviously small bits of clump, that sort of stuff. But I like to get coconut fibre. Yeah, spray it with a dark brown and then spray it with hairspray and flock it up. Yeah, with different flocks to make small scrub brushes. And then what I do is basically I build on them and place them in, rather than one large bit, lots and lots of little bits building up. And quite often I'll place bits on top of each other. Way! Thank you, Colin. Yeah, Colin. Right, we are on 1. 10 to go. Don't know if we'll hit the record, whether we'll make a new watch stream record tonight, guys, but we are on 1. The target is 11. Welcome to the gang, mate. Welcome to the gang, Colin. So, that's the way I do rough scatterground. I don't do that much of it because it's more for dioramas. It doesn't fit on Wargames terrain unless you're doing big boards. Yeah? And when you're doing big boards that way, it's a lot of materials. It's a lot of work to put down detailed scrubland. Another good one to deal with it is Diorama Mats. A lot of the diorama guys will produce display mats that you can put down with, that are pre-made scrubland with different tufts and stuff like that. You can cut patches of that out and use that and sort of embed that. I do that quite a lot. The reason I do it is it's just simpler than buying a whole load of different tufts and fixing them down. It's like, right, I'll get a sheet, I'll cut patches out of it. Yeah, so a couple of big patches, then a couple of smaller patches, yeah, as transitions, then use the little bits of spotting. Yeah, and you can get a much better spread. And it's just a bit easier. And also, it lets someone else decide the composition of your scrubland, if you know what I mean. Does his Royal Terrainiacs have any cake in stock? I do not. I do not, James. Yeah. So, Jansen. That's how I'd handle it. Either small collection of a medley of my own personal scenics, yeah, built up in lots of little bits, or go get some diorama sheets, cut those up, place those in, glue them down, blend them in. I like big boards in a can. I like big boards. Right, so that's Jansen's what you call it question done. Remember, guys, if you like it, links down below. I will check PayPal. It's just not something I'm doing at the minute. Yeah. Right. Brooks FL. Jansen saying rubberized horsehair might work. 2 for scrub. It can, but with rubberized horsehair, it tends to be quite thick. It's, if you think about it in relation to say 28mm models, it's sort of getting into the hedge height. Yeah, so it can. I'm not denying it. It will work good with gorse. Yeah, a nice mid-green with a slight sprinkling of yellow scatter on it to represent gorse bushes. Is it me or is this list really bad? I feel like every word I'm saying, yeah, has got the lisp sound to it. Yeah. When Mel walks in with a big furry robe. I like my furry robe. This is my comfort robe. Yeah. It's when I'm feeling down and when I'm feeling toothache. Right. Next question. Bruce FL, watching on YouTube. Curious what your thoughts are on accessible building interiors, especially multi-story buildings. Do you prefer lift-off roofs and floors, facades with open back, or the combination of the above? I'm a lift-off guy. Yeah, I don't like open sides on buildings. The only time that I'll have open sides... Damn. Way! Robotized zombie droid. Robotized zombie droid. That's a hell of a name. Respect to the name, dude. Robotized zombie droid. What's the thinking behind that? When you came, I mean, welcome to the gang, buddy, but when you came to the, and you sat down and you talked, what's that? Where'd that one come from? Let me know in the chat, dude. Robotized zombie droid. Right, getting back to buildings. Open-backed buildings, yeah, open facades. Facades being the sides, the face, yeah. The only times that I like those is if perhaps it's a defensive role or a castle that's built on a table edge. Yeah, so naturally there is the cut-off. So kicking back, my trench system that I did, any of you will remember that the bunker in that you could get in through via the back. It was just open. Yeah, and it was sited at the back at the table edge. Yeah. Whereas on my D-Day boards, all the bunkers on those, they were slightly more in and they had lift-off roofs. I prefer lift-off roofs if the model is scatter or if it's going to be in the middle, because it just looks better. Yeah. The majority of the time, you don't take the lid off. Yeah. It's very rare that the lid goes on, off, on, off, on, off with bunkers and stuff like that. Thank you, Odin. Yeah, the reason being is normally you put a unit in there, and when they're in the bunker, they stay in there for the game. Yeah, same with multi-tier buildings. Now, with multi-tier buildings, my only real concern is when you get up to like 3 stories, because you've got lots of lifting of segments, and where do you put them? Yeah, so generally, with multi-tiered intact buildings, I don't like going over like 2 floors because it gets a little bit more difficult game-wise. With the 40k style ruins, yeah, they are open, and generally I work on a 2-corner principle. So I'll have the front, 1 corner with a little bit of a wall and 1 corner with a long wall, giving me a nice arch, yeah, of access. Yeah, I don't tend to... A lot of beer. Some. Robosized zombie droid. That is an acceptable reason. Right, we're on 2. That means we need 9 if you want me to dance, guys. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling confident. I ain't going to be dancing tonight, I don't think. But it's over to you. Right. But yeah, so open facades on complete bunkers and stuff if they're on the table edge. If the model's in the middle, then I go for removable roofs and then like a couple of stories. If it's a ruin building, then I tend to build the ruins for access. Yeah, overlooking good. But those open back ruins are nice. Yeah, they do look nice. Bruce is saying agreed. I almost prefer lift off levels. Yeah, I just think it makes sensible. But like I say, the what you call it. Imran, get your question in the question doc, mate. Yeah. A gopher dance with Mel in fluffy robes, epic. Actually, before we move, right, I'm happy I've answered Bruce's question, the levels and that sort of stuff. We've covered that one now. Yeah, with regards to the gopher dance, now obviously it's going to become rarer that we hit this gopher dance target. Now it's linked to breaking, the number of patrons we get signing up during a live show. So I think we should build it up for more than the gopher dance. And I'm thinking like outfits. Maybe we get a panda outfit, like Pammy the Pandemic Panic Panda. I'll leave that one for you guys to mull over, and we can talk about that, next week. Yeah, but yeah, gopher dances are going to have to become a little bit more epic. Right. Okay, questions. 4 of 10. Red Green, so when did you get Armenian? And when do the DA, how do I get one? And the DA book, can I get it at the store? I'm assuming you're talking about my book. My book is available from retail and that sort of stuff over the next couple of weeks, mate. Just keep an eye on the Kickstarter, you can follow it from there. Right. I have Blood and Plunder on order. This is from Mozza. Yeah. Pammy Panda is a Moulin Rouge outfit. In a Moulin Rouge outfit. You can bugger off, Alan. Moulin Rouge, me? No. Right. Mozza's asking, I have a Blood and Plunder on order. Any ideas for scatter terrain, for sandbars, desert islands, that sort of stuff? Tell you what. I've got palm trees. Yeah, rum stocks. We'll throw this one over to the chat. Yeah, Blood and Plunder. The oldie Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. Yeah. Fill the chats. What are your ideas? What would you do for scatter terrain for a Blood and Plunder table? What bits would you have on it? Yeah, and I'm going to throw this one over to the chat. Jez is saying, dress like a palm tree. Everyone's saying, dress like a palm tree. Alan's really trying to convince me to get into a Moulin Rouge outfit. No, it's a bit more sexy than that. Mel don't do sexy. No. Last time Mel did sexy, it was a different millennium. So come on, guys, I want your suggestions. Yeah, for Mozza. Here we go. Right. Melanistic Mandalorian. That's a name. Used to start an OnlyFans account and post racy photos. Will make a lot of money. Lots of people are doing it these days, Mel. No. Racy photos. I'm going to flop this. I can't. It's too brutal. Right. We've got barrels, shipwrecks, flotsam, reefs, shipwrecks, taverns, skimpy barmaids. Yeah. Bruce is saying find a good source of barrels and crates. 3D printer. Skeleton pointing to buried treasure. That's a great idea. You could do like a little sand scatter piece with an X marks the spot for the treasure like they do on the treasure. You could do sand scatter pieces, yeah, but put on the stuff that they put on a treasure map. You know, the here be dragons, here be sea monsters, and just drop them down. Just as token nods, not interactive terrain, but like dressing the table. That's an idea. Deserted islands. Patrick and SpongeBob on the beach. Hanging skeletons. Giblet hanging off a tree. I support Moulin Rouge. You shut up, the blind artist. Just as well you're blind. Yeah, islands, reef, sands, bars, broken ships, giblets, wooden gangways. They're easy to make. Aquarium scenery, definitely. Skull Island. Yeah, we could do one of those. Everyone's talking about racy photos. Racy photos sounds like a way to find a new lady. Also, me in my skin piece. I'm trying to get them to know me before they have to see me like that. That's not the image I want to present, you know, up front. Racy as in wearing lingerie. What is it? What is it about you lot getting me in drag? Barrels, box piles, pulled up boats, fish nets on drying scaffolds. That's a good one. Yeah, small shacks. Debris, docks, walkways, grass huts, volcano, skull face volcano. Yeah, we like that. Skeletal remains of a sea monster, giant shells, cannons. Yeah. Make a lighthouse using Mel's tutorial on how to make a castle tower. Every pirate ship had cannons. Mel, have you ever considered wearing the Borat mankini? Very nice. There are photos in existence. Gee, that's all shocked you now. And when I say there are photos in existence, what I mean is there's photos in existence of me and 4 friends out on a night out wearing the Borat mankinis. They exist. Hello, Ugly. How are you doing? I'm doing fine, mate. These suggestions are also good for Ghost Archipelago. Yeah, I like that. We've got a good range there, actually. Washed up rusty anchor would be good scatter. I think there's plenty of ideas to get your blood and plundering going there, mate. Yeah. Obviously, hope you find it useful. If you do, links down below to support the show. We are... Let me just double check on the old Patreon. See how many. We are trying to get me back to where I was before I started the book project. And I need at least probably about another 140 patrons because I lost quite a lot. Yeah. Ooh. Got someone else who wasn't announced by the looks of it. So we're actually on 3. Right. Mel, you need a haircut. Really? Really? If I cut this, there won't be any hair left. Right. Let's get back to these questions, eh? Dice roll. How come the 3D printer is not running now? Would be good to see it in action on the live stream. It's kind of loud. It isn't loud, but it would just be annoying on a live stream. Yeah, which is why it's not running now. Also, I'm I'm tinkering with things. Yeah, and so I don't want to be messing up and sort of like, I want to sit down nice and quietly and play with it. And I didn't want to sort of complicate a live show by having it running. Yeah, Tim's saying, I heard you coming to On the Tabletop Radio with Warren. Yes, I am. A quacking. Right, so that's Dice Roll's questions answered. Right, we're on to 7 of 13, Diggers Miniatures. What's the oddest thing you've turned into terrain or structure? Since I'm getting into gas lines, I'm going to be using Pepsi Cola caps as markers and barriers. Oddest thing. I've done all sorts, to be truthful. I mean, from electrical block boxes turned into sci-fi bunkers and stuff like that. It's hard to decide, to be perfectly honest. I don't know. I use that many strange things, in all honesty. So it's difficult for me to answer that one. I mean, I collect pipe bits and all sorts all the time. That sounds good, Vorpal. Yeah, so I can't answer that one. I'm going to struggle with that one, to be perfectly honest, Diggers. Right, 8 of 13, knots. Making sand furrows for crash spaceship in the desert. Would sand and PVA be best, or use filler and then sand for that? I would use filler and then sand for that. Yeah, if you're going to do any substructure work and make the furrows where a spaceship has crashed into the sand, the simple fact is to bond the amount of sand you need together, yeah, to achieve that, you're going to have to use a lot of PVA. Yeah, and that could cause warping issues. I'm not saying you couldn't do it. I'm just saying it's going to cause warping issues. Laying filler down, which doesn't shrink or, doesn't sort of shrink, warp, all that sort of stuff first, and then coating it over with filler, you're not going to get your warping issues, mate, to be perfectly honest. Not saying thanks for that, Mel. That's what I thought. Nice one. Right, moving on. Question 9 of 13. Might be wrapping up in another 10 minutes or so at this rate, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Shambles, thank you, buddy. That'll be going towards 3D filament. Oh, it's Martin. Here we go. Have you ever used EVA foam sheets for scenery? I haven't, in all honesty. I've seen the tiles used, the interconnecting tiles used for laying down terrain, and I want to have a play with them. I want to take it to a terrain lab to have a look at the adhesion, the challenges, that sort of stuff of using those, because it's quite intriguing, and some of the stuff I've seen is quite nice. Yeah, so it's an area I want to explore, but I haven't done it yet. But it is most definitely on my to-do list. If anyone has got an i3 mega printer, do a look up on upgrading printer on Google for things to print to improve the printer. We've got printers printing printers. It's the start of Skynet. I think EVA would be more durable. YouTuber Knob has a great video on using EPA foam on a battle mat. I need to do my research and catch up with what people have done and then have a play myself. It's definitely a good solution and people are doing good things with it. It's just something that I haven't been able to jump on yet. Yeah, and I'd like to. Right. Moving onwards. Question 10 of 14. I saw someone using EVA sheets, scribing them, and then using the heat gun to harden the surface and bring out the details. That's interesting. Right, James is asking, Mel, what would you recommend for a tank base, airstrip buildings, other than hangars, etc.? For a military base, you want your barracks, you want your bunker points, you want your fire evacuation, you want your pole point, petrol, oil and lubricants, fire points, you got your fencing, guard houses, yeah, you could do an assault course. Because I'll tell you what, every base I've ever been has always had an assault course running around somewhere in it. There's a whole load. With regards to doing tank bases and military bases, easiest thing is to get on a game. Get on some sort of computer game that's got a tank base in it and go and have a look. Have a wander around. To be perfectly honest, mate. But there's loads of stuff you can do. Missile Tubes Control Tower, Gate Guardian. I'm looking into buying airfix kits for the fuel bowsers. Yeah. Right. Moving onwards. Question 11 of 14. Miniature Adventures is asking, just getting into bolt action. What's your favourite army and why? Chindits. Yeah. I like the Chindits because obviously they go with my Burma build. The Chindits were a forerunner of Special Forces. A long range deep reconnaissance. I think it was. I need to get refresh. Yeah, on all the little details. But I like the story behind them and the endeavours of what they do and their commander Wingate. Yeah, the quotes about Wingate. He was nuts. He was an amazing leader, but the guy was off his head. At one point, I think Eisenhower was thinking of giving Wingate command of the entire Pacific theatre in World War II, until he met him. Wingate would walk around with a large clock hanging around his neck, yeah, because time was important. Another one was one of my favourite quotes about Wingate was, he would often be seen naked, giving orders to his subordinate officers while slowly brushing his pubic hair with a toothbrush, not necessarily his toothbrush. And that's why I think the story of the Chindits captured me for so many different reasons. Yeah? Mel, do you miss the military? No, no, I don't. I remember it as a good time. Yeah, good friends, interesting adventures. You're freaking me out, Mal. Wingate was awesome. Absolutely awesome guy. Nice one, Wolf. Oh, right. Company P up, Mel. Right, next question. But yeah, Chindits is my favourite bolt action army. Right, I am on 12 of 14. So we could be wrapping up rather shortly. I'm just letting you know. We are nowhere near Go for Dance levels. So I think we've got 3-4 patrons this show. I'd like to thank you all. But I don't think you're going to have me dancing tonight. No, you're not going to have me dancing tonight, folks. Note to self, leave no toothbrushes around. It wasn't me who brushed with pubic hair with a toothbrush. I've got no intentions of I don't even want people to see my bits. Never mind groom them in public. Yeah, I just like the character of Wingate. You kids. Right, I've got 3 more questions. I'm going to lock the dock now. Quick, 8 people donate. Can't donate. Got to sign up on Patreon to become part of the gang. Okay, Celts. My new game by the Generator of Gaslands is coming out in 2 weeks. It's a space combat game. Any advice on how to do space terrain? And any chance we'll see a tutorial on how to make planets on the channel. Space is definitely one of those things that it's one on the list for the Let's Makes. Yeah. Space is a difficult one. Because you've got asteroids, you've got debris, and then you've got planets. Yeah, and in truth, depending on the scale of the game, you know, how big the planets are and that sort of stuff. There's not much advice I can give you just generally. Yeah, space, I mean, the problem is, space is empty. Which makes it really hard to suggest for things to put in space as terrain for games. So all you've really got is rogue asteroids, yeah, debris from other space battles, yeah, and the occasional edge of a planet. Yeah, James is saying space terrain, asteroids. Yeah, Townsville's saying lava rocks from the barbecue. Yeah. You can do glass clouds. Space is space. You shut up, Martin. But yeah, I mean, I do think at some point we'll throw a few Let's Makes on doing asteroids and that sort of stuff on the channel, just so we've ticked it off. But there's not much you can explore in space because it's empty. Yeah, Celts is saying, I've got a shipment of lava rocks today for asteroids. Well, you're good then, mate. I mean, the only other thing that you can do, yeah, is if you want to play with it, is back when Battlefield Gothic was a big thing, GW did a really nice range. And no, they didn't sell it, but they made for the books and for White Dwarf a really nice range of scatter terrain where they sort of chain lava rocks together and they put the old epic buildings and they made space facilities on them. You know, they worked well. So you can jazz your lava rocks up into something a little bit more special, but that's where we draw the line, if you know what I mean. I use ping pong balls painted black for hidden markers in Space Game. Yeah. Large polystyrene balls for a Death Star. That's not a moon. You can order cheap resin crystal balls from eBay for planets. And that's interesting. I am not engaging in conversations about manscaping. I'll do landscaping. I'm not doing manscaping. And don't anyone start going melscaping. You lot, you're awful. You really are. Right. Did it. Quick check. Yeah, all good. No, not that one. Next one. Right. The Milky Way. Right. Moving on. 13. George. Do you have any suggestions where to buy flock static grass en masse? Yeah, I recommend that you buy it from the, flocking.biz. www.flocking.biz. Flocking comes from the automotive industry, where they get the plush interiors. Flocking.biz sells the raw colours on bulk in all the different sizes. Yeah, so you can pick up a few of the base colours and make your own mixes with them. So that's where you get it from. That's where you get it cheap. Beyond that, jump on somewhere like Wish or Alibaba. Yeah, and just buy bulk, from China. Thank you, Tam. Nope, not engaging in those conversations. I'm on question 14 of 15. GM Minis. Does the 3D printer work well, or have you had any troubles with it? First test print off the card, printed fine. First time. Yeah, not a single issue. Yeah, I've printed a few different things. I haven't had a failed print yet. So, quite happy with the 3D printer, mate. Zakwen, Sam, have you tried using cotton balls for tree structure? What are your thoughts about it? Works quite well, polyfiber and cotton balls and stuff like that. You need to spray them. Yeah, spray them with an acrylic spray paint. Yeah, it basically toughens them up and sets them. Cotton balls and stuff like that, if you spray it with watered down PVA, they tend to mush in. Spraying it with a spray can, they harden up, and then you can spray them with a spray adhesive and flock them up. I think, if you go into the playlist, Terrain Techniques, Grass, Bushes and Trees, the greenery playlist. Yeah, there's the realistic tree series where I go through a load of different techniques, and that's actually covered in one of them. Yeah, but it works well. I prefer coconut fibre or horsehair, yeah, for my trees, because I like them to be a little bit more open than if you go down the polyfibre cotton wool route. Yeah, cotton balls route. But, they're still very effective. Thank you, dude, for the haircut fund. Right. Oh, that was the last question. Oh, would you know it? I've made it through a show without having to go for dance. Right. Yeah, old pillows are full of hollow fibre. Yeah, that's polyfoam. Polyfoam or polyfill? Not polyfiller. Polycotton. You can buy it in various stores and upholstery places. Yeah, I've got a big bag of it in the studio. Right, I am not getting into any conversations with regards to melscaping or anything like that, or the suitability of my hair for flocking. You can bugger off. Yeah, Kat's saying a really good source for coconut fibre is the garden centres. Look for the hanging baskets. That's where I get mine from. Yeah, that's my preferred choice. This is the true colours of Mel's YouTube audience. I know it is. I know what you like. I know what you like and I know what you're like. Yeah, we have a giggle. Waxing, you can bugger off. I've done that once. You see, you're finding out all my secrets. Right, folks. Yeah, Mel needs to hit his painkillers. Get ready for the week ahead. I am in the studio. Yeah. Obviously, it is gappy. Can't believe it. Can't believe I lost that tooth. I've got like 3 months. Hey ho. Right. I'm going to catch you in the week, folks. Yeah, let me get my teeth sorted. Yeah, and then we can have a natter and a catch up then. In the meantime, thanks for a great show. Hope you had a good one. I'll catch you in the week. Look after yourself. Take care. I need 10 taps. 4 for the hell, 1 for the space, 4 for the yeah, 1 to hit return and put a smile on my face. So guys, fill the screen. I'll see you soon. All the best, yeah? Ta-ra.